right?
I
It's
think I said
Finland.
in Finland.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's Finland.
Yeah.
Just, okay, to context maybe to people who maybe
Yeah.
have missed and jumped into the conversation now. She comes from Finland. How's like just the economic situation right now? Because what I know is like there's some countries like, okay, not even in Europe, like even, let's say like how Ghana is, Canada, not Ghana, Canada is facing like this way high cost of living.
Yeah.
I don't know if the countries around Europe are also facing something that's similar, or how's just the day-to-day life? Because I hear like you might even get like a good salary, but probably the cost of living is almost like just deducting itself into an equal kind of situation.
If anybody watching knows better than me, feel free to correct, because I haven't been there for a couple of years. But I don't think it's to that extent as in Canada. Like what I've heard, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
But it's getting trickier. You know, there's also the war going on that is affecting like heating costs and stuff like that. And we have cold winters, so that affects. So what I've heard from family and friends, people might be struggling a little bit more with their electricity bills, you know, in wintertime. But then again, like, okay, but you live in a big house.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, there's still room to scale down if needed.
Yeah.
So I feel like, yes, things are getting a bit more tight. And I feel like maybe like consumption of the not necessary services is decreasing a little bit. You know, like maybe people don't go to the hairdresser as often as before.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not looking like amazing. It's definitely going down. But you know, for us actually in Finland, we tend to not earn huge salaries, and even if you do, you end up paying a lot of taxes. So it's mostly in the form of public services that you get the goods.
Okay, I have a burning question. When you see me, I'm already like, I'm just, because I always like talking about numbers, and because we also have like now a very big group of people who are trying to go to either Europe and settle, like maybe there's Canada, UAE, and just Europe in general. But I would want, because I'm always talking also about number, like I said, health, wealth, love, and happiness, because all those things always like just affect us in general in many different ways. What's like the meridian or the average salary in a place like Finland?
Ooh, I hope I'm not gonna say anything.
Do we go with annual or monthly?
Monthly. We usually talk monthly. After taxes, again, please someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think a very common, I don't know if it's the median, but a very common monthly salary after taxes would be 2,000 euros. 2,000
euros.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the average rent probably, let's say?
Well, I am from Helsinki, the capital, so obviously it would be the most expensive place to live. So if you want to live somewhere close to the city center, in a studio, bedsitter, you might end up paying 1,000. So what did you say? Health, wealth, love, and happiness.
Yeah.
If you want to look at that spectrum as a whole, I would say Finland is a good place to go. If you only care about wealth in terms of numbers, Finland is not the place for you to go. You are not going to have a lot of cash.
Yeah, because 1,000 is already gone on rent, right?
Yeah.
Maybe, let's say, is food expensive or fair?
I think
Finland does some farming, right? Or that's just German and across?
In fact, I think last year Finland was the most food secure country in the world, which is crazy considering the climate. But half a year of winter. But yeah, I mean, I think we're okay in terms of food. But there are definitely cheaper countries for food.
And do you guys pay, like, what do you call it? The monthly health, is it health? What is it called? Health insurance, or what is it called?
So you don't.
Or is that covered by the?
It's in the taxes, and then of course people can have private insurances if they so wish. But
if you're sick, you can go to the hospital and get treatment.
Yes,
at least without even if you don't have money.
Yes, and it's not free, but it's going to be very affordable. So yeah, and education is completely free. And
hold on.
Yeah, even university. Actually, we get paid to go to university. We get like a monthly support.
If Kenyans hear this, they'll just be crying. So university is free, and I'm guessing like the costs that come with it are surrounding like maybe accommodation for the university or
Yeah, okay, so again, I'm from Helsinki and I went to the University of Helsinki, so it was a lost case to try to get student accommodation because I was already from the city, you know.
Okay.
But if you come from abroad, especially, yeah, you're gonna find student accommodation and it's gonna be affordable. You maybe have to share your flat with someone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess like maybe at least basics things like education that's covered, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Now let's move to like, let's say, because that's a salary of one person. Let's say if you've scaled up to like now, it's you and maybe husband and maybe 2 kids. Is it still affordable in that way, or it'll kind of strain your finances a bit? Because maybe now you're thinking of mortgage and maybe car payment. Do people drive a lot there, or?
Well, you know, I come from a little bit of a bubble of this, you know, young, environmentally conscious university, living in the city center. So most of my friends do not drive. But I mean, when people start having kids and, you know, maybe your son does football and your daughter does
drop
horse
them
riding
off somewhere,
and maybe you have a like holiday home, like a summer cottage where you want to go on the weekend.
Drive to.
Yeah, you do have a car at that point, sure.
So cost of living with a family, how is it something that?
Gosh, I have no idea.
If you, I mean, you're planning to settle in Kenya, right?
Well, let's see. We are also thinking with my Kenyan partner of what is the smartest way to go in the future. Because, you know...
Hey, free education, I mean...
Free education is, you know, something, and good quality education.
Good quality, because Kenyan schools, you can have the international schools, but also the international schools also require you to have a very high...
So...
I can go as high as $10,000 per term.
So with crazy. The things that me and my partner appreciate in life, I think we will actually have a financially easier time in Finland because of the social support system.
Yeah.
And, you know, I would even be able to stay at home with the kids for quite a long time and still get, like, some amount of money from the government.
Oh, wait. If you have kids, the government can...
Yeah.
Wait, does it give you money just because the kids are there, or they do?
Yes.
Just because you have kids?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you have...
Well, there's nothing to think about.
Yeah,
Even if I don't like winter, I guess he has to, just adapt to that.
Yeah, and recently they made some changes to the model. Like now, actually, the parents are better able to agree which one stays at home and who works. So actually, the fathers also have time to stay at home with the kids if they so wish.
That's good.
So yeah, it's, you know, there's now more flexibility to every family situation, you know, because if the mother, for example, earns a lot more, maybe the family wants the mom to, you know, go back to work earlier or something. Me, I want to stay at home.
But what are your personal dynamics? You'd want to stay at home?
Well,
at least nurture for the first few years, or what's your mindset on that?
Yeah, so see, like I come from not exactly 50-50, but more that 50-50 thinking. You know, it's a very, very like gender equal country. So, you know...
Is that where people go on dates to split the bill in half?
Usually, yes.
Wow.
So, but...
I'd go on so many dates there.
I actually have not dated Finnish men in my adult life, so I'm used to something different at this point.
So even culturally, you can't relate to...
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just something that's...
So, you know, I've dated mostly Asians and Africans in the, like, recent years, and... now with a Kenyan partner, like I feel like our dynamics in our relationship are a bit more on the, you know, traditional African side rather than what I'm used to. And I don't mind. You know, of course, there's a lot of things that need to be discussed. And it is a fact, like, I speak about this in my videos. It's no secret. My guy, he grew up in the ghetto. He's made it out from the ghetto now, but, you know, there is still a difference between, you know, where I am financially and where he is financially. So you also have to take those, you know, dynamics into
consideration as you're dating as well.
Yes, and when you plan your life together. But the goal is that I would stay at home, take care of the home, and he would be the one going to work. Like, that's what we're trying to build towards.
And I think also, like, in general, I think, and I wouldn't say, like, just because the culture is different there. Men do, let me speak for myself. I don't know.
Yeah.
Men enjoy working. We just enjoy working. Let's just be honest. Even if the kids are there, and I've been in situations maybe where I'm dating someone and they have to go to work from probably morning till around 6 p.m. By the time they come in the evening, they don't even want to smile at anyone. And I haven't even done anything wrong. They're just angry at everything and everyone.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, if that's something that you enjoy, well and good. But in general, men do enjoy, like, just going out and solving.
I think also the work life is not very... Okay, let's not go too deep into this topic, but patriarchy and stuff. The way things in this world work, they mostly are catering towards how men operate. So, I think these days in Spain, women can get paid days off because of their menstrual cycle related issues. So, there things are changing. But, women also have kind of different energy levels and different types of strengths depending on their...
But that's true. And I think at times, just the modern ways and days where we are, if we both looked like, let's say if you're a partner who's like, in a household where mother and father, if we both picked our strengths and use them to our best ability, everything will just take off.
Yeah.
But if I switch what I'm good at and hand it to you, as much as you try, you'll still be straining kind of.
Yeah.
Because if you leave me with 2 kids in the house, I will be dying.
Yeah.
I'll be dying. But if we just switched it the other way around and somebody like, let's say a lady who actually enjoys it, because I grew up with my mom, like just nurturing and stuff, and I think it's helped me to turn out the way I am.
Yeah.
And also...
I feel like, it's for every family to figure out like what works best for them. Yeah. And what I appreciate about Finland is that there is more flexibility in making those decisions. Because, I sometimes get a bit of a weird look from Finnish women when I speak about these topics. I'm smart. I'm educated. Like I have what it takes to make it in the corporate ladder and things like that, but I don't necessarily aspire to, dedicate my life to that. And some Finnish women are confused. Like, why not?
Why not? Why wouldn't you want this? This is more structured, organized. You can plan for your retirement and everything.
But I feel like, that's the thing. Like, isn't that what, like, the feminists strive for? That we all have the freedom to choose and decide for ourselves.
Hey, listen, I'm not the one who said it. I'm not the one who said it. That actually makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But also, like, what just made you just start traveling to explore different experiences? Because, like, I did my first Euro trip, let's say, last year.
Okay, cool.
And I did from Germany, went to France, even ended up in Ibiza. I did, like, probably 10 or 12 countries.
Oh, wow. How long was the trip?
Like 3 weeks.
Ooh. And so 10 countries.
Yeah. There's some places like, literally for Italy, we went there for lunch. We shopped a few things and we were out. Monaco, the same thing, because for obvious reasons. You know how Monaco is expensive. There's nobody's booking accommodation. Yeah, tiny, expensive. You can't book anything there. But just even my experience, I could tell, like, so a lot of people who are in those countries, you can tell kind of like they love their own countries and they wouldn't even want probably to travel to go experience something else.